Welcome back to Nightingale's Motorcycles, Restorers and Metal Finishers. Right, we're on Monday the 13th. As I say, on a Monday sometimes, not every week, I'll just show you what's going to be carried on and do some quick videos because there might be something along the line that you're going to be thinking of doing. So it's just as things come in, what happening, and a few projects in between I'm trying to do, because I've got some projects on at the moment, especially with the TR200. So in between there'll be a few bits fitted in, and my customers are seeing that as well. So I've had some fantastic comments over the weekend, and more emails actually, and we've replied back to everybody, and it's really good. As I say, we're just getting a little bit more subscribers now because it's helping the channel, and that's what I need to do because I'm spending more time now to boost it, and hopefully I'll get out and about, and I've got some really interesting stuff to show you. This week also I'm going to come back to some workshop tips and tricks in restoration, which you'll be surrounded by at home if you are a restorer or you just dabble doing bikes up. I'm doing a couple of things. I'm doing ultrasonics. So if we look across on the big side, they have a size of a fridge, and then we've got the smaller ones like you'll have at home possibly. So I'm going to show you on a little bit about them, few problems you can have with the little cheap ones, which is not a problem, and some chemicals, how to clean stuff and how to speed things up, make it for pence. So it's little tips and tricks. So we'll come back to this week then. So this was in from last week. It's running over now because we're right round the corner. So this is some new crash bars and rack for a BMW. They're brand new, so I haven't had to do anything with them yet. So what'll happen is, instead of me going through, you've got the gist now. Ceramic coating, powder coating, blasting, soda blasting, dry blasting, aqua vapor blasting, polishing, ultrasonic cleaning, bike building, engine building. You've got the idea what we do. And I think, I think why we're a little bit different is because people are always unsure at home when you start a project, and I'm doing a video separate on how to start a restoration, how I assess it, and where to come from if you're going to strip it right down and do a bike, or completely, or just get it up to speed and ride a classic, So right, so we'll start now on what I'm going to do with these first things. So right, simple, brand new. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them in a fine blast media, get them blasted off, powder coating, electrostatic. But the only thing is to do, I might show you this video because I'm going to bounce a bit. I ain't going to go through all the boring side of it. I might just show you when I put a zinc coating, because everything I do, 99% are zinc coat, and the zinc coat I've been using for the last 3 years is absolutely superb. And so I won't just top coat them, I'll give them a zinc coat. So I'll show you them when they're done. They're going to be gloss black for the gent. So the next thing, it's one we've been playing with for a while, but it is off one of our TLR200s, which is an ongoing video. We've just taken this back. I'm just going to give it a light blast, and this is going to be chrome powder coating. Now I have to put something in and say, look, we can't match chrome, obviously, we never say we will, but they have come on, and I've been sent some more, and it's fantastic. So let's try it. The only thing you do with these, you alter the temperature rating slightly, the bake time, and then you have to clear coat them afterwards. Now, as you know, when you clear coat anything, the more clear coats you put on, things get darker, but it's a protection, or otherwise it'll go back to its baseline. And I might just get a quick video while I'm powder coating and show you what I mean. It almost comes out like grey primer. In fact, it does come out like grey primer to start with when you hit it with the electrostatic before we put it in the oven to cure it. This ramps up a little bit more. So I have been playing with a bit of ceramic coating onto these instead of powder clear coat. And I've had one in the summer when we did have a bit of sun on the roof after I powder coated it. And you know what, it wasn't bad either. So I'll let you see it raw because this is going on part of our TLR special build. So we'll move on again. There's another one. Famous Japanese carb. It happens to be off a TLR 200. If you want a close-up of this. Now, I've said this before, it's a little Keeley carb, this one, and it looks a mess now. The float ball I've actually started on because I've blasted it, and I'm 100% confident this carburettor will be okay. I think a lot of people tend to mismatch them with some cheap jets, you know, and don't put the correct slider in. And I think you're best sticking on some of these singles. Well, in my experience, that once they're cleaned up, because this will look like the day it come out the factory, I'll do it in glass vapor, so I ain't going to go through that, but you've seen it before, and I'll show you pictures at the end of this video what we bring it back up to. As for putting a new slide in and new jets, the float bottom actually ceramic coating with an heat dispersant reverse. So what we're doing is we're trying to keep the cylinder head heat from the barrel to the carb, because they used to suffer. You've seen the Bakelite, I've said it in the videos. They were Bakelite, not 3D plastic, by the way, to try and keep the heat away from the float ball from drying out. One of the undercuffs, but we won't bore you too much on that. But you'll see that to bring it up to brand new. And as I say, I still think when you refurb these old carbs to some of the new Chinese itchy fanny carburetors you can buy, you're better off sticking to these. There's not many I haven't done which I found fantastic still, so that'll get done. So this is another box of bits if you want to have a look in here. Customer brought in on Friday. Bits of gasket on, the usual thing, greasy. Again, some close-ups. Got a cap on there. I think what I'll do is, these are in for vapouring, so I'm going to degrease them, get them ultra fine dry blasted first, inspect them, and I'll put them through a wet vapor blast. But I'll give that a polish as well, so you'll see that, because I think it'll just stand nice, that. And then we've got a cover. Have a close up here. There we go. And one more. Got to get rid of the gasket first, obviously, because with anything with gaskets and blasting, as many people who know are in this trade, they just bounce off. It's like silicon. You can stand there all day and your media just bounces off. So we'll get rid of that. We'll degrease them. You never stop learning. I mean, that customer actually told me that. I always take notes. It's a C12 gearbox. It's for a BSA 4-speed, and it fits a C10L and a C11G apparently. Can't say I'm really up on my British stuff, but it's always good to have in your head, or people are out there thinking what we're playing with. So the next thing is, this is one of my ongoing videos which is coming up as fin dressing. You know, I do fin repair, micro pinning if they're smashed off and put them back on. I do wax transfers over them so you can't tell where it's been. We're going to blast this, paint it for one of our videos showing on fin dressing. We're going to dress it, dress the edges. Sometimes we polish it out, show that in another video, because it just makes them a bit trick. That'll be ceramic coated. This is one of my TLR ones which we're on with now. Now what I've done with this, I've done this in a ceramic coating, and if you can get close up, we've already dressed this, and this is going into this video. Can you see how we've done the edges? You might be able to see them, and that's in black velvet, heat dispersant, brake fluid, petrol resistant, fantastic. So that's part of this video to this. That'll be good. So right, again, some of our casings, we've taken them back. As I say, if you're new to the channel and you're just watching, when we do any casings, especially race bike casings, any casings, single cylinder 50cc, a moped engine, anything at all, I've explained, I've taken this coating off, taken it back with fine media, ready for a ceramic coat, and inside I blanked these and I did the inside with soda. Again, I'm just going over, if you're new to the channel and you've just started watching, the reason we do it is don't put oxide into casings. Everything where the bearing houses obviously get blanked off as well. So soda, light oxide, ready for ceramic coating. Again, they're going to be in a black velvet. Pile of wheels here. Now I did one for a gent not back, his spare wheel, just to show him. These are off a Scimitar, the old Wolf race wheels. So what I've got to do is, if you look at the back and you look at the and you look there, so these are going to be polished. Instead of this black, we're going to do the inside of this trace here with a ceramic coating in silver to highlight it. He's brought me some nuts in as a cap to show you when I've done them. Get rid of this, get rid of all this on it. It's like a bitumen black. Face this up, blank the face plate off obviously so we don't put any paint onto the contacts, and polish them up. And then as we move along, as it goes around the corner, I've got frames to blast. There's an exhaust there. Again, people who have asked about any polishing, this is one I've just lightly taken back with some oxide, and because it's going on one of our special builds, we're going to put that to the polishing room, Canning's room, and get that polished to an eye finish. So as I say, a lot of things happening. I'm doing these Monday morning videos. There's some tricks of the trade coming up this week, and I've got some good information over the weekend about a project we're going to start on a special Gixxer Suzuki from ground up. We're going to show you the bike, we're going to visit, show you it in the workshop, and then it's going to be taken down. We're going to have ceramic coating and loads of specialist stuff done inside. I'll be doing a lot of piston coating, valve coating, ceramic coating, and that'll be interesting as well. So we'll get through the day today. You'll just get flashes of things I do. I might just try and show you this thinking, and I might even show you the powder coating as it goes on, because I say it goes on like bloody primer. So overall, I think we're a bit specialist, because when I say what we do is, if you're just watching for the first time and you've got your project, we spend time with you. We'll answer you back. We've always said we're based in Scarborough, North Yorkshire. 01723 370 399. Our main office next door is manned 5 days a week. You can email me, you can put comments, or you can phone me usually after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And remember, no matter how small your part is a project, we'll always get back to you. We'll always have a go, do you a sample, and it's still as important, that part, as a full massive restoration of a vintage classic motorcycle. So we'll see you later on. Let's see how we get on. Right, so as I said, we're going to show you little bits of stuff we're getting up to without all the boring stuff. So I've done a picture below. You've seen this picture what we've just seen. I put them crash bars which were brand new, but don't worry if you've got old bars where I'm taking it off, any old coating powder or any factory paint, or they've got a scratch or whatever, because I can take them out. So we put them straight into a dry blaster, clean media, prepared them into the spray booth, and I've coated them with a powder zinc first. So I just want to show you powder zinc. It's a colour we nearly did a frame in, and then was going to lacquer it. So let's get a close-up. So filtered powder. Just put a bit of light on, a bit more light on. So they're mint. There's a couple of other bits here. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to put them into black gloss powder, get them in the oven, then I'll show you them when they come out. Right, we'll carry on. Right, we've got them glossed up. You think they look quite good then? Lovely and smooth, mint finish. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to show you quick. I'm actually going to give these a coat of powder clear coat lacquer now. I'll show you me spraying it, and then that'll finalise it off just to seal these in. So that's zinc, then top coat, then onto a clear coat powder, just to make them that bit better. Right, that's it, clear coated up, all done. They're ready just to put to one side, cool down now, and that process showing you. I'll just put another light on, you might be able to see a bit. Gleaming. On to the next project today I'm showing you. Right, so you've seen the bit of powder coating, simple, some racking. As I say, I've zinced top coat and clear coat lacquer. Electrostatic powder coating, not much to talk about it, good earthings, bit of Faraday, sometimes you get on just patchiness, but you can play with that. And as I said, I do lots of powder coating, mainly frames and swinging arms, and go through that procedure. So we had the carburettor, you've seen the picture. So I put it in a dry blaster, put it in a vapor blaster, got it out. You saw what it looked like. Let's see what you think now, close up. So that's it close up. So that's the finished result. The underneath, everything done. So we'll go on to the next one now. So your sink carburettor, as I say, that's all peen now. That's glass vapor, aqua blasting, peen closed up. So all you have to do is wash that with neutral detergent. Actually looks like it's been sprayed. That particular glass I've got in is very 70s I use. As you've probably heard on seen on some of the other videos, I do Laverda, Guzzi, Arley. They're slightly down on colours. Remember, we're not painting it, we're hitting it with glass, fine glass. So what we'll do now is we'll do the cylinder head, which is part of an ongoing video, because I'm showing people how to not only repair fins and do everything on micro pinning, but I'm showing people how to edge fins from your road bike Triumphs, where you've got discoloration where lacquer's frosted over, or doing a few just to show how we get them back and the process. But what I've done with this one is, you've seen the video, it's off a Fanti, it was in gold. I blasted it back, quick blast, we'll do it again when we come back to everything. It's just to show you today in between, is I've dry blasted it first, then I've vapor blasted it, and what I've done is I've masked half of it off. And the reason I've done that is to show you is, remember this is going to go into bright red. The reason I'm doing it bright red, Ferrari red, stoplight red, ceramic coating. Then I'm going to take the fins back to show it for another video how we do it. So at this stage I've done this, I pull the tapes off because I want to show you, as if you brought it in, I might do a bit of diamonds on it to take some marks out of it for you. I want to show you what dry blasting, because I do add a little bit of glass to that, still dry, and you could paint that at home yourself, or else you move on from dry, then I put it into vapor, and you see the finish, almost like I painted it, just like that carburettor. So let's have a close-up. I've pulled the tapes off it, so I'm hoping you can see this. So this half is still on fine oxide, dull matte, but a fantastic key for painting. You can see its shadow line there. Now I'm just hoping there you can see this lovely vapoured finish, all painted, all nicely done. So that's just to show you I've divided that off. What I'll do with this, because as I've said in the past, aqua vapor blasting, the glass is a different media, so we'll dry blast it with the correct media, and then I'm going to ceramic coat that head in Ferrari red, stoplight red, and then we're going to dress the fins up to polished. So that's on a video I'm going to show people how to do this at home as well, and you can do a lot of this at home yourself to save time. So we'll move on to the next one. So the last one today was the BSA parts, engine parts. So again, I've degreased them. I put them to one of our 6,000 watt big ultrasonic tanks, and cleaned them, brought them out, dried them off completely. I actually put them in the oven for a quarter of an hour to dry them out, and then I put them to dry blasting, had a look at them, and put them to vapor blasting. So then to bring this colour out, again, like the colour I showed you the carburettor on one side of this cylinder head of the Fantic. Now there's a few things we can spin here. There's some marks on these casings, and like I get most of the British people say, oh, I love it because it's authenticity and it keeps it in with it, dings and that. For me, it keeps me up at night because I can do things to them casings to bring them back, diamond them back out, and then hit them with a fine oxide to put a little bit of finish back on so it doesn't look smooth to rough, and then vapor them. Now you're saying vapor, that could be too blingy, so when we do something in restoration for people, it can be anything from Vincent Norton Triumphs, BSAs, anything at all, Velocets, do loads of them. What I can do is, if you think your colour, when I say colour, so it's glass, it's not sprayed, if you think your colours of an Amel carburettor, so we'll go on a kind of dull clean finish. So what I'd do is, you could have, instead of having these vapor to bring a bit more bling, you could have them sodared, so it looks like original, like they came out more of the factory. If you wanted the dings taken out at that time, I could do that. If you wanted the dings staying in for authenticity and keep it looking how it is now, and you like that, I could still solder it. I vapoured these. The customer wanted them vapour, cleaning up, degreasing to go on. So that's basically it. There's a few options on this. So we'll let you have a look. You've seen all the pictures. I've got rid of the gasket cement and gaskets because, as I say, it just bounces off when you put any media. I'll also, when I mention that, I will be telling you, because you might be going to purchase a ultrasonic tank, and one of the videos on workshop tips in restoration, I'm going to show you, as I said earlier in the video, some simple chemicals we can make up to look after this little machine. You know, not everyone's got a 5,000 quid double bank 6,000 watt. We're in the real world here at home. If you're taking on a tank, or you've got one at home, you've stopped using it because you got a bit bored with it. So let's have a close up on these parts. So, how's them? Show you the insides, look. Right the way around. So what I did with this, you can see these ding marks and that. Well, I can get a lot of these out because it's quite a smooth casting, so I could have taken these out. If you didn't want them doing in this bling, I could have soldered them, as I've just said. Or you might want a bit different, you might want them polishing, so I put them in canistry. I could bring them up like a chrome finish. So the only thing I did, I couldn't resist it. I took the cap off and I've just give that a polish in Canning's room. How's that? Superb. That little cover, you saw what it was like. Close up of this one, as you see, such a fine oxide. No identification, not using chilled iron, heavy grades. It's ultra fine all the time. Look at that to work back on. Put that machine back together. And then this lovely box here. Again, no identification. You'd think that had been painted. Inside again to work on. So the last thing today is I said we've been playing with chrome powder coating effect. One, we're building a TLR 200 up in the workshop. I've got the front engine mount. It's coming out the oven in 5 minutes, so I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to show you in the spray build because I haven't seen this new powder, so it's just fresh to me. We don't know. We're going to pull it out, let you see it. I'm going to give it all you do with this powder, this particular powder, is you're ramping it up more. You're taking it up to about 200 C. Usually we play at about 185, 180. A good earth, flash it off for a lot longer, cure it for a lot longer, pull it out, let it go down to room temperature, and then give it a clear coat powder. So I'll show you probably just giving it an azer powder. You've got to do it because otherwise, if you've seen the picture of it, it's the picture when it, as I powdered it in the first, I've shown you on a video, it's just grey, it's just matte grey dull. So we'll see that because it's quite exciting. We'll see how good it is. I'll lacquer it and then I'll bring it back here to show it on this light and we'll see what it looks like. So give us 5 and we'll be back. We're going to take this engine bracket out in chrome effect. We're on the right timings. Can't see through, but we'll have a quick look now. We'll just put a glove on. Let's have a quick look at it. It's bright, does that. What we'll do, we'll put it onto this light. Just have a bit of noise now. We'll just see what it's like on this. Get a close up on it. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give this a quick clear coat. Goes down to room temperature, quick powder coat, clear coat. And as I've said, the more clear coat you put on anything, the duller you get. You have to put the clear coat on this effect so it doesn't go back to its original format as it come out the packet. So then I'll put it on another bench, we'll have another look at it, but we'll go from there. 2 minutes. So right, we're coming to the end of the day now, showing you a few things we've got in through the workshop. Hope it's helped you out. I hope you've liked this video. The last bit was this engine bracket which we've powdered. I've taken it out, I've after powder chroming it. I've given it a clear coat, let it cool down. We'll let you have a quick look at it. I think it's probably one of the best up to now. So let's see what you think. So it's pretty good. It's got a bling on it as that. So I think that's it, kind of showing you a few things what are coming up in the next video. Again, if you like, subscribe, comments, anything across to me on email. Telephone 0172 3370 399 for the office. I hope you like them ones. So till the next one, I'll see you then. Cheers.